say driving at night invites all sorts of passengers, some living, some not quite. But what if one late night ride turned into a message from beyond? Tonight, we step into the chilling account of a driver who picked up a passenger that should never have been there. A woman whose presence was unnatural, whose words carried a terrifying prophecy, and whose warning may have just saved a life. Buckle up, because after this, you might think twice about ever riding alone again. Before we begin, where are you listening from? Tell me in the comments. I'm an Uber driver in Los Angeles, and I won't soon forget my last passenger. Coming from the Midwest, you anticipate that you're going to run into some unusual people and things out in this city. Los Angeles definitely doesn't disappoint. Whether it's getting held at gunpoint outside of my apartment, or seeing a homeless man get run down in the streets in Thai Town, all are things that I'm not used to seeing coming from Indiana. Hey, I'm dime a dozen out here. I came to Los Angeles to pursue the arts like every other schmo around. The trick about this city is finding a job where you can actually keep afloat while maintaining some sort of flexibility so that you can accommodate the volatile life of auditions and meetings. Uber and Lyft are the perfect solution. When you sign up for both platforms to drive, you're told that you'll likely get some unruly folks and what to do in said situation. I carry a small knife on me, and even though you're not supposed to have a weapon, just try and think of how much of a disadvantage you're at if someone is sitting right behind you. If you need proof, watch that video of the former Taco Bell executive psycho wailing on the Uber driver in Orange County. Yikes. I've been driving for both services for about a year, and I've never really had an incident. Sure, a drunk UCLA student tried to punch out my backseat window on a Friday night, but we've all been there, right? Everything changed recently, and I haven't driven since my encounter with the person I'm going to tell you about, and I met her 2 weeks ago. 11:45 p.m. on a Wednesday night. Out here, it doesn't matter what night it is. People are out and about, and you rarely have to wait long for a ride. I was parked on Santa Monica and Cahuenga when I got the request. Pick up Carol located 0.4 miles away. Let's do this, Carol. I arrive at the address given, but no one is outside. Not unusual. I begin messing with the radio and getting the aux cord set in case Carol wants to play some sweet jams. And that's when the rear right side door opens. I look back and I'm confused. Carol is old, like early 80s at least. Odd to see someone in this demographic this late on a Wednesday evening. But I've had others in the age range, so I write it off as not a big deal. How's it going tonight, Carol? I ask. No response. She struggles in and shuts the door behind her. I glance in my rearview mirror and study her face. No emotion whatsoever, almost as though Will Smith had just flashed a neuralizer in her face. Where are we headed tonight? No response. Can she hear me? Does she not speak English? Then my phone beeps. New destination entered. 19 Vermont Ave. I throw the car into drive. It's not a lengthy car ride, but I figure I'll try one more time. It's usually pretty easy to gauge if someone wants to chat or not. Are you from Los Angeles? I ask in one last attempt. I glance in the rearview mirror, and she's staring right at me. Her gaze is piercing me. In a deep, shrill voice, she answers, "I wouldn't worry about that." "Okay, lady. I get it. I'll just drive you to your destination." We're a ways off from the destination she entered when she speaks up, "Drop me off at the next corner." I look up in the rearview mirror, her eyes still upon me, and I ask, "Are you sure?" "We're still a mile. Just stop at the next corner," she snaps at me. I pipe the fee down. My full-blooded Norwegian father didn't command that kind of attention when he would speak up in a room. I wanted her out of my car, so I was happy to oblige and stop. I pull off on a quiet corner a few blocks off of Fountain Ave. I slightly turn my head to look over my right shoulder to say something like, "Have a good night." But as I turn my head, I see that she's leaned up in between the seats, just inches from my face. I freeze. I can't speak. I can't look at her, only down at the median in between the driver's and passenger seats. Her breathing is something I'll never forget. It was deep breaths in such a strange cadence, almost like an irregular heartbeat. She put her pointer and middle fingers on my shoulder, and my eyes finally meet hers. I'm terrified. Her touch was ice cold. I was wearing my Colt's hoodie, and her fingers felt almost like ice directly in contact with skin. Her eyes weren't black, wide open, or any other cliché of a maniac, but sad, almost motherly. My terror shifted. Before I could say anything, and before she stepped out of my car, she said 3 words that forever changed my life. "Take the stairs." I stared back at her with a look that said, "Excuse me?" She didn't repeat herself, but leaned back and away and exited my car. I sat there, watching her slowly waddle away into a beat-up apartment building, and then out of my sight. What the hell was that? I wasn't going to give any more rides that night. I'd turn off the app and drive back to my apartment in Koreatown. Currently, that's where I'm sitting, my head still in my hands, trying to comprehend what happened. I stumbled into the back door of my 8th-floor apartment building that night. I live on the 7th floor. This place has been standing since the late 1940s. By the time I come in, it's around 12:30, and not even thinking, I hop up the back stairwell. Usually I'm lazy as hell and take the rickety old elevator. I get to the 4th floor when I hear it screech. Bam, bam, boom. An engineer had done repairs the day before, and I remember the note slid under our doors from the beginning of the week. April, a beautiful girl on the 8th floor, had hopped on the elevator to get her laundry out of the dryer. Right at the same time I had gotten home. 2 of the main cables snapped, and the elevator crashed violently down to the ground floor. Fell 7 stories. April's family came and got her stuff a week ago, and I'm still thinking about Carol's warning. Take the stairs.